I feel like there's two voices right now that are at war in my soul, so to speak. That's kind of dramatic, but it definitely feels like they're at war inside me. The one voice in my head, it's actually a question, and it keeps asking me, can I do this? And with that comes a reminder of all the things that I've failed at in my life. But the second voice is that encouragement that tells me, you can do this. And with that comes the reminders of everything that I've succeeded at in life. Over the course of the next couple of weeks and months, you are invited to join me on a journey to make it to the CrossFit Games. To make it to that elite level in CrossFit, there's so many things that go into it. You know, there's swimming, there's gymnastics.
Right there. There it is.
There's lots of strength, there's lots of endurance. So many things go into it, and I want you to be part of that journey with me. Welcome to Building an Athlete. So I live in Fort Worth. I moved here about a year and a half ago. It's a great town, great opportunities here, and a lot of great places to train actually too.
We gotta be in sync.
I'm a personal trainer. I do that part-time. I train at Lifetime Fort Worth. It's been amazing kind of helping people walk through their journey and showing them how to make training just as important a part of their life as brushing their teeth in the morning. And it's amazing to see that transformation happen and seeing other people hit their goals.
32. Just about 30.
I believe everybody needs a coach. No matter what you're doing in life, what you're trying to accomplish, everybody needs someone to take them up to that higher level. For me, I've got several people in my life help me to get to this ultimate goal. One of them is my good friend, Will Zuniga.
When Zach came to me and asked me for help and told me his goals about wanting to do the CrossFit Games and so forth, you know, at first I didn't think too much of it, just thought they were, you know, pretty ambitious goals. I've been a trainer now for about 20 years, almost 20 years now.
Okay.
Started in my, I think, late 20s, early 30s.
10, 10.
10 for 10. Yeah, and so remember to do that, you gotta let yourself bottom out.
Bottom out.
My degree is in kinesiology with an emphasis in exercise physiology. As I've seen Zach train and train with him, I really feel like the initial goals that I may have thought were possibly out of hand.
Was that 3 or 2? That was 3. So you got 8 total.
I think are definitely doable. Certainly, there's time constraints, but if he doesn't hit them, I think it'd come awful close.
Okay, not that too quickly. Okay.
His training he's in great shape, young, and perfect kind of time in life to doing this kind of training.
I did add 20 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say you went heavy, right?
Yeah. You should have gone 35. I did 150.
Yeah.
So today we're doing a little checkup. This workout we're working on is one that was programmed for last year's first round of the CrossFit season, CrossFit Games season, which is called the CrossFit Open. It's going to be a 15-minute time cap, 60 calories on the rower, 50 toes to bar, 40 wall balls, 30 power cleans at 135, and 20 muscle ups. The top guy in the world did this workout in about 9 minutes. For me, I haven't even made it to the end yet. Working out with Will today is going to be a little checkup to see where my endurance level is at and if I can make it all the way to the end this time in the allotted time cap.
On the mic, I'm a virus. Should have been twice the price survivor like I the tiger, the prize fighter, knocking them out twice the size of the fine line between a mind and a fine liner, the fine mind of a divine writer. The laws of physics gonna test me with a smart timer. Rappers ain't saying much like a performing arts mimer. Never know what art of action might find. Digging in the archives, you might gonna know as art finder. If that's true, then I'm probably Getting stuck in a room, fighting Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Tomorrow he said he lost the rhythm of music, and he reminded, gotta have it before you can lose time. You can't judge me, grudge me, or budge me. I've seen them all, the good, bad, and the ugly. Some came warriors and left bleeding. Put them on a beat, let's see how they MC it. Some claim to be an expert in the art of war. I see all types of monsters rise and fall. Everyone's the best and I agree, cause the key and the secret is I love them all.
What do you think? What's some of the biggest things to work on?
Well, one thing you can do, so this is relating to sports like track and field, swimming, my sport, right? Increase your volume, but in each individual component. Triathletes, right? Yeah. They're not sitting there doing little mini triathlons to get ready for a triathlon race. Right. They're training each specific segment, right? Swim, run, or bike on separate days.
And this is, for real, a good question for you. So we're into October now. First round is halfway through February.
Okay.
And they'll do a WOD every round, basically. See where my conditioning kind of is right now. Mm-hmm. How do you think my chances are to like at least get through the first round?
I think your chances are decent to get through the first round, right? Okay. But you're not too far off, because even though there's all that extra, you have to finish the muscle ups and then go back, right? It's not as far as it seems. It takes there's a little bit more conditioning for your body to be able to handle that much more load. Okay. The one thing that encompasses the whole thing as far as CrossFit is what I term and other trainers term as work capacity. Essentially what we mean is your body's ability to be able to maintain a high level of output for longer periods. And now we're talking really with energy systems. It's the glycolytic system, the middle one. The explosiveness will come into play, the ATP one, but make sure right behind you. That'll come into play, but not nearly as much. Here you're talking about the glycolytic, which is the shorter distance, like it'd be like 400 meters, running, or in swimming it'd be like 200 meters, 100 meters, stuff like that. Stuff that lasts for a minute to 2 minutes in that range. Aerobic is the one a lot of people always think that's anything that goes beyond a minute or two. Your body, it works, it's not exclusive like that. It doesn't shut one down and start the other. But those are the two main ones that you're going to be that are going to be working the most. Yeah, so it's because it's going to be very similar to basketball or soccer. You'll have short bursts where you're going to have to run really hard at near max output, but the rest of the time you're not just sitting still, you're still moving. You're just moving so the demand comes down, but there's still demand for energy, right, because you're moving. So it's kind of similar to that. Right.
Through Will's instruction, he's going to help me figure out how to tap into greater energy reserves in that glycolytic system to give me a longer energy tank to get these workouts done in the time I need to get them done. There's a lot that I can get done here at my home gym of Lifetime, but if I want to train for the CrossFit Games, I have to get in a CrossFit gym. Thankfully, there's one right down the road from me.
My husband and I own CrossFit Trophy Club along with Kelly and Tyler Harden. We had been members here since 2015 and we just loved everything about the gym and we wanted to keep that alive when the previous owner was ready to sell. Main thing, we just love the community aspect of CrossFit and we loved this community in particular.
Working with these guys, I know that they'll be able to warn me about any unforeseen challenges that might come my way while prepping for this CrossFit Games season.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you would say for someone trying to do what I'm trying to do?
A lot of times the movement standards are really particular for CrossFit athletes, like in the games. Okay. So that's always one that seems to get people. Like you might do really well during, a workout, but once you're being judged, by an actual judge, that's a hard one. And you get frustrated with somebody no repping you or something like that. Yeah.
How hard would you say it is to make it to, the final round?
I think a lot of people think that, if you're good at CrossFit, you have a good chance. You have to just remember they're professional athletes, just like any other, like if you're a baseball player, you can be a good baseball player, but you have to be a professional baseball player to make it to the major league. So it's kind of the same, people will ask, do you have anybody going, do you know anybody that goes to the games? I don't. I know one person that's ever been to the games and she was at the original gym that I went to. But it's I mean, you have to be a professional athlete. So yeah.
Training for the CrossFit Games season is definitely not an easy challenge, but I'm thankful I've got great people in my corner that are helping me give it my best shot and see what my body's really capable of.
See you next time.
Okay. You can't judge me, grudge me, or budge me. I've seen them all, the good, bad, and the ugly. Some came warriors and left bleeding. Put them on a beat, let's see how they're MCing. Some claim to be an expert in the art of war. I've seen all types of monsters rise and fall. Everyone's the best and I agree, cause the key and the secret is I love them all. Do I make the left pop or finish it with a Hulk Hogan leg drop or headlock or fight to a dead? Hey, let's not stress, words can hurt feelings. Sometimes the worst rhymes got my inner self bleeding. Cause I know it's only my ego and